It starts with mortadella, pile it up in little mountains, and then we're gonna.
So today we are cooking Anthony Bourdain's mortadella sandwich. We got ourselves a mortadella, we got provolone cheese, Dijon mustard, and on a Kaiser roll. And I got some mayo in the fridge that I'm gonna grab after this. But let's get into it. First, we're gonna start off with putting a little bit of butter on the pan. You could do oil, but I'm just gonna do some butter. Just a little bit. As we're letting the pan heat up, we're gonna put our meat together. Put our meat into a nice little slab, and you lay it down together. As I'm putting the meat on top of the meat, I'm kind of letting it just fall into place, you know, fall into place. No like kind of layers, but just let it fall into place. And then we're gonna fry it, and then it's gonna get all crispy, and then it's gonna come together and stay together. So, okay, we're gonna do two. We're gonna do two sandwiches. Give it a little press, and then we'll flip it when it gets golden brown on the bottom. Also, per sandwich, we're gonna do two slices of provolone cheese. I just flipped it, and check out that crust. That's what we're looking for, you know. And as I let the other side cook, then we'll throw on the 2 slices of provolone for it to melt. Anthony Bourdain was an amazing chef. He was a author, travel documentary guy. So he had TV shows. His 2 TV shows that he was on was No Reservations and Parts Unknown. It says here, he wrote several books, including The Kitchen Confidential, Adventures in the Culinary Underbelly. But yeah, so this is his famous sandwich that everyone always talks about. That's the Anthony Bourdain sandwich. And there's this thing that pops up on TikTok of what he said. There was this big quote he said. I think it's a pretty cool quote, so I'll read it. Anthony Bourdain said, "Eat at a local restaurant tonight. Get the cream sauce. Have a cold pint at 4 o'clock in a mostly empty bar. Go somewhere you've never been. Listen to someone that you think you may have nothing in common with. Order the steak rare. Eat an oyster. Have a Negroni. Have 2. Be open to the world, where you may not understand or agree with someone next to you, but have a drink with them anyways. Eat slowly. Tip your server. Check in on your friends. Check in on yourself. Enjoy the ride." I think this is a really good quote and has a lot to dissect in there. And yeah, I just like that. It's pretty cool. You know, really got to look at life and look at it and be let me just enjoy the ride. Stop worrying and just be present in where you are. 2 slices of provolone have gone on the meat. We're just going to let the cheese melt for a little bit, and then we're going to toast the buns with some mayo on top of them. So now we're just going to lather up a thin layer of mayo on these Kaiser rolls, and we'll spread it out, and then we're going to toast them on the pan. Just a thin layer, and then right onto the pan. Get a little toast onto them. Press them down. Now that we got ourselves a slight browning to it, you know, we're going to plate it. Leave this one on for a little more. And then we're going to put more mayo. Spread that around. And then after our mayo, on both sides of the bread, top and bottom, we're going to add some Dijon mustard. Give it a little shake. Fresh from the store, so we got to take off the seal. There we go. Take this to the trash. Pop our lid back on. Give it a little 1-2. And give it a spread. I got 2 different knives. I went light on the mayo on the bottom, so maybe I'll go a little more on the top. But we'll add our meat, throw it on the sandwich. Then we'll take our top, add a little mayo, a one-hander. Close that top. Hot. It's hot. It's so hot. It's so hot. Back to the mustard. And we're gonna, once we top it off, we'll give it a cut down the cross section, and then I'll do a taste test. This is totally my first time trying this, so. All right, just gave it a cut. Check that out. All right, let me try it. I mean, that's pretty fire. Like, you really can't go wrong with that. The mustard mixed with the taste of the meat, it's a good combo. So it's we're going Dijon mustard here. Dijon mustard. Oh yeah. 100% recommend. Shout out Anthony Bourdain